To exist, I have to perform daily mechanical tasks without any meaning. This lack of meaning leads to a feeling of destructiveness and inner rage. I see this clearly in myself and in the process, and the same process growing in the rise of terrorists. Oh, I see. Crime and delinquency. There is the feeling that nothing can be done about this rising chaos, that society is destined to collapse. How does one approach this tremendous chaos, both without and within oneself? To exist, I have to perform daily mechanical tasks without much meaning. This lack of meaning leads to a feeling of destructiveness and inner rage. I see this clearly in myself and the same process growing in the rise of terrorism, crime and delinquency. There is the feeling that nothing can be done about this chaos, increasing chaos, that society is destined to collapse. How does one approach this tremendous chaos, both without and within oneself? I wonder how many of us are aware of this fact. Economically, socially, morally, the structure of society is, as we have known, is gradually collapsing, imperceptibly or very, very quickly. How many of us are aware of this? Or we just live from day to day and forget the whole value show? Please inquire in oneself if one is really aware of this. Not in the newspapers, not in the magazines, not in the editorials, not in any book, but actually this is going on. Are we aware of it? Are we sensitive to all that is happening? What the scientists are doing? But they also want to fulfill. Russia invents something and the other scientists invent something more, greater, and so they keep up this. If one is aware of the chaos, the catastrophe, I wonder if one is really aware of it. That's what I want. It's really very important to question this, if one is really deeply aware of this. Sensitive. Not just what is happening in one's own country, but in the world, where poverty in certain areas are increasing, overpopulation, total indifference, callousness. If one is aware of it, why does one have rage, anger about it, or be depressed by it? This is a fact, right? The thing is collapsing. Why should one get angry about, have a tremendous anxiety, rage about it? Why? Why don't we look at the fact and see what we can do? If you get depressed, full of anxiety, rage, and say, my God, what's going to happen to my family, this and that, you are lost. But if one acknowledges the real fact of this, not verbally, but inside yourself, deeply, in your heart, then the questioner says, what is one to do? Where would you begin to understand this chaos? The house is burning. We are not saying something that's not actually. The speaker is not pessimistic or optimistic, just facing things as they are. Where would you begin to bring about order out of this chaos? More leaders, more better prime ministers, better labor leaders, better police order, suppressing crimes. Not that there shouldn't be all that, but where will you begin? Please ask your question, where will you begin? Out there or out in here? Who has created the outward chaos in this world? We human beings have created it, each one of us, right? Obvious. Our grandparents or great-great-great-parents, and we are inherited what they have done, and we are contributing to it. This is a fact. So where shall I begin? Realizing the outward chaos. I realize that we human beings have created it. And as a human being, who is the rest of mankind, I must begin with myself, which is not a selfish movement. I have contributed, brought about this chaos. Each one of us have brought about this chaos. The collapse, or the impending collapse. And I must begin with myself, because this is really important, that I am the mankind, not just a verbal statement. It's in my blood, I am the rest of mankind. I must begin to bring about order in myself. Because I have lived and I still live in chaos, inwardly. Chaos being disorder, conflict, struggle. Now, can there be order in all this? Can order be created out of disorder? Please. I am the result of disorder. I am disorder. I'm not saying disorder is out there and I'm looking at it. I am disorder. There is no part of me which is not in disorder. I may invent a part. I may think there is a part of me which is completely orderly, beautifully orderly. The rest of me is chaos. So, if I assert that, then I am pursuing something which I have invented, that there is a disorder, that there is some pure order, which is out of disorder I've created order, right? Hoping that the order is real. I see the fallacy of it. So I say to myself, I am the cause and the trap of disorder. And can I clear up this disorder? Not search for order. You understand this? How can my mind, which is disorderly, chaotic, how can such a mind, brain create order? It can't. All it can do is to understand the nature of disorder, the structure, the movement, the quality of disorder. The essence of disorder is conflict. Right? When you have no conflict, there is order. So what is the cause of conflict? Go on, sir. I hope you are thinking, you are investigating with the speaker, otherwise you are just listening to a lot of ideas that will have no meaning whatsoever. He'll become another stupid reader. And please, I beg of you, don't put the speaker in that position. So, can there be dissolution of disorder? We're not seeking the order like the universe will be when there is no disorder. So what are the contributory causes that bring about disorder? Are you tired? Shall I finish this? You're not tired? I'm sorry. What are the many causes that bring about disorder? Or is there only one cause? We like to think there are many causes, because then it gives us time to play around investigating the very many causes. That is part of the psychological game which human beings play with. But when looking at it all, perhaps there is only one cause. Also think. Or shall we investigate various other causes? Which is a waste of time, obviously. What is the one cause that is bringing about this great disorder out there and in oneself. Is it the me, the self? With all its conflicts, desires, hopes, fears, past memories, this self-centered entity who is concerned with himself, isolating himself, holding on, clinging to that which his thought has invented as the me. Go on, sir, look at it. And if that self-centered entity, the me, the form, the name, all the accumulated memories, which is the me, which is in essence isolation. The me is always in isolation, right? I may be related to you, but I am related to you, right? I am the principal and you are the second. I, though I'm related to you intimately, I am pursuing my own desires, ambitions, fulfillment. And you are also doing the same, like two parallel railway lines, never meeting. That is the me, with all this sense of isolation, that is the root cause of this chaos out there and out in me. And do I realize this? Or this verbal accumulation which I have gathered and I'm living with the words. I'm saying, yes, that is me, what am I to do about it? If I realize that's me, I can't do anything. You understand? I can't do anything because the doer is still the me. So there is only a state of pure observation of the fact. And that observation, with its intense attention, brings out its own action, which is intelligent.